Have you ever watched someone rise through life so effortlessly that it almost feels unreal? Someone who isn't the most skilled, isn't the most honest, isn't the most hardworking, yet doors open for them. Opportunities fall into their hands, and people treat them with a respect they haven't even earned. Meanwhile, people with better hearts, purer souls, and stronger morals are left waiting, watching, wondering why the world refuses to recognize their worth. It feels unfair, but it's real. And the sooner you face this truth, the sooner you reclaim your power. Because the world doesn't reward goodness, the world rewards strategy. The world rewards the person who understands how people think, how power moves, and how human nature flows beneath the surface. That's why some rise. That's why some stay stuck. And that's why Machiavelli remains a timeless name. He never taught evil. He taught awareness. He exposed the side of humanity most people are too afraid to see. He revealed the hidden rules, the unspoken dynamics that decide who wins, who loses, and who becomes a stepping stone. Once you understand these rules, you stop being the person who gets ignored, underestimated, or controlled by others. You become someone people think twice about crossing. You become someone who moves differently, thinks differently, decides differently. You become someone who can walk into any room and instantly read what others fail to see. And today, you're about to learn 7 ruthless lessons that will make you dangerously smart. Not dangerous to harm others, but dangerous because no one will ever mislead you, deceive you, or walk over you again. These lessons will sharpen your instincts, heighten your awareness, and reveal what truly happens behind the scenes of human behavior. After this, you won't look at people the same way. You won't fall for the same traps. You won't repeat the same mistakes. And you won't hand your power to anyone who doesn't deserve even a drop of it. You will not lose your kindness, only your vulnerability. You will not lose your humanity, only your blind spots. You will not lose your compassion, only the softness that gets exploited. You gain sharpness. You gain clarity. You gain a mind that refuses to be manipulated ever again. Before we begin, ground yourself in this mindset. Type this affirmation in the comments with full intention. I choose strategic intelligence. Let's begin. Number 1. Control the narrative. Power begins with perception. People judge your intentions, your strength, and your influence based on what they see, not on what you truly are. If you allow others to define the story about you, you surrender control of your reality. Every interaction, every movement, every word you speak sends a message that shapes how people respond. Master this, and you dictate outcomes before any confrontation begins. Fail, and others dictate your limits, your reputation, and your opportunities. Machiavelli once said, "He who controls others may be powerful, but he who has mastered himself is mightier still." Appearances are the armor of authority. Your image, your reputation, and the story people tell about you matter more than hidden skill or private accomplishments. The world rarely rewards quiet talent. It rewards perceived dominance and certainty. Consider a manager at work who quietly understands everything but stumbles when presenting ideas. Their peers see hesitation and doubt, and influence slips away. Now imagine a colleague with average skill but impeccable presence, speaking with clarity, decisiveness, and authority. Their story precedes them, doors open, and people follow without question. History is full of such examples. Caesar, Napoleon, and countless leaders controlled their narrative, ensuring people believed in their strength before they acted. To do this yourself, start by auditing how others perceive you. Identify the stories being told about you. Are they defined by your action or by someone else's interpretation? Speak with intention, act consistently, highlight achievements strategically, and never reveal your full motives. Every word, gesture, and public appearance should reinforce the story you want told. Control perception in meetings, social situations, or online platforms, and you control opportunity and influence. Have you ever watched someone rise not because they were inherently better, but because everyone assumed they were unstoppable? That is the power of narrative, and it is the first weapon in your arsenal. I want you to drop this affirmation in the comments right now. I control my image. I shape my story. I dictate perception. Say it, feel it, and commit to crafting the narrative that no one else can rewrite. Your power begins here. Number 2, detach from emotion. Emotion is the easiest weapon someone can use against you, yet it is the most common trap people fall into. When anger, fear, or desperation drives your actions, clarity vanishes and strategy dies. Detachment is not coldness. It is deliberate power disguised as calmness. Machiavelli once said, "Men are driven more by fear than by love. They obey because they dread consequences, not because they are loyal." Understanding this means realizing that your reactions are observed, analyzed, and can be manipulated. Every time you respond impulsively, you hand control to others. Imagine negotiating a deal and a sharp comment triggers your anger. Your opponent senses weakness, exploits hesitation, and shifts the advantage. Now consider responding with measured poise, a calm tone, and no visible tension. Suddenly, you dictate the pace, forcing others to reveal their strategy while you remain unshaken. To detach effectively, start by observing your triggers and consciously delaying reaction until clarity returns. Label your emotions internally without acting on them. Train your mind to see situations objectively, focusing on outcomes rather than personal affronts. Silence your internal chatter and assess every option before committing. Detachment creates a mental shield that protects against manipulation, betrayal, and rash choices. Every leader, strategist, or successful negotiator leverages emotional control as armor. Being detached allows you to act strategically while others are blinded by instinct, desire, or resentment. Have you ever noticed someone in chaos staying calm while everyone else panics? That person gains authority without speaking a word because their restraint commands trust, attention, and compliance. Begin practicing today by identifying moments where emotion tempts reaction and choosing strategic pause instead. This will give you leverage in arguments, meetings, and social dynamics. Remember, detachment is strength, not absence of feeling. It is mastery of the mind over impulses. I want you to drop this affirmation in the comments right now. I feel, but I do not fall. I control my mind. I act with clarity. Repeat it, own it, and let it anchor you in calm authority. Detachment is your hidden weapon, your invisible shield, and the key to navigating a world where emotions are a liability and strategy is survival. Number 3, appear calm, think cold. In moments of chaos, true authority is revealed not by volume or emotion, but by calm presence and deliberate thought. Remaining composed under pressure signals strength, intelligence, and control, while frantic behavior exposes vulnerability and invites manipulation. Machiavelli once said, "It is much safer to be feared than loved if you cannot be both." And the essence of fear comes not from brutality, but from the quiet certainty of your actions. Appearing calm is not pretending to feel nothing. It is mastering your inner state so that external events cannot sway your judgment. Consider a tense negotiation where tempers flare and opinions clash. The person who maintains a steady tone observes every subtle movement and responds thoughtfully, gains respect, and subtly guides the conversation toward desired outcomes. Others may act hastily, make concessions, or reveal hidden intentions, all while you remain unshaken. The metaphor of the lion and the fox is clear. Strength is most effective when paired with calculated reasoning. To cultivate this, Practice observing situations without immediate reaction, separating emotional impulses from strategic thinking. Train yourself to pause, assess, and respond with precision, letting your calmness dictate the pace of interactions. Use body language, tone, and measured expressions to project confidence, regardless of internal tension. This method ensures that opponents, colleagues, and peers underestimate the depth of your capability while relying on you for stability. Have you noticed how certain leaders maintain influence not through loud assertion, but by appearing unflappable amid turmoil? Their presence alone changes dynamics and inspires compliance. Begin applying this by intentionally practicing patience during stressful moments, allowing rational thought to guide decisions instead of emotion. Silence frustration, channel focus, and act with intention. I want you to drop this affirmation in the comments right now. My calmness is my power. I think clearly. I act with control. Repeat it, internalize it, and use it as a daily reminder that composure shapes perception and outcomes. By appearing calm and thinking coldly, you transform potential chaos into opportunity, gain subtle authority in every interaction, and create an unshakable aura that draws influence and respect naturally. Number 4. Keep power in silence. Speaking less often than others is one of the most underestimated forms of control. Silence is not emptiness, it is presence, magnified. Machiavelli once said, "The wise man does at once what the fool does finally." Those who reveal every thought or plan give others the chance to anticipate, undermine, or exploit them. By remaining selective with information, you create mystery, demand attention, and force people to interpret your intentions on their terms. Consider a boardroom meeting where colleagues rush to voice opinions and showcase knowledge. The individual who listens more than they speak, who asks pointed questions without revealing their full strategy, subtly becomes the center of influence. People begin to fill in the blanks, often overestimating your reach and capabilities. Silence encourages observation. It allows you to understand dynamics, uncover hidden motives, and act decisively when the moment is right. To practice this, start by consciously limiting unnecessary commentary in daily interactions. Respond only when your words carry impact, and let pauses guide others into exposing more than you ever could verbally. Resist the urge to justify, explain, or rush to fill gaps in conversation. This approach not only preserves your authority, but also cultivates patience, discipline, and psychological advantage. Have you noticed how some individuals command respect without raising their voice, while others speak constantly yet influence no one? That contrast is the power of controlled communication. Every interaction becomes an opportunity to reinforce perception, shape outcomes, and retain strategic leverage. I want you to drop this affirmation in the comments right now. My silence speaks power. I observe. I act with precision. Repeat it, internalize it, and let it remind you that measured restraint amplifies authority, sharpens judgment, and keeps you several steps ahead of those who rush to reveal everything. By mastering silence, you transform listening into influence, restraint into authority, and absence of words into undeniable presence. Number 5. Master the art of absence. Constant presence can drain significance and reduce the impact of your actions. When you are everywhere, attention loses focus, and influence fades into the ordinary. True authority grows from deliberate absence, where scarcity amplifies perception, heightens anticipation, and elevates respect. Machiavelli once said, "Men shrink from nothing so much as from being despised and neglected." Strategic absence ensures that people notice your value, appreciate your contributions, and anticipate your involvement. Consider a leader who does not attend every meeting, but appears at critical moments with insight and direction. Their influence is magnified because others have waited, observed, and unconsciously filled the gaps you left. This is not avoidance. It is selective engagement that turns presence into impact. To practice this, Begin by evaluating situations where your constant involvement is assumed but not essential. Reduce unnecessary exposure, step back from over-communication, and allow others to take initiative in your temporary absence. Observe, analyze, and gather intelligence during this period so that when you re-engage, your actions are sharper, informed, and impactful. Strategic absence also encourages patience, builds anticipation, and enhances your ability to act decisively when opportunities arise. Have you noticed how certain individuals dominate influence not by constant action, but by rare and carefully timed appearances? Their influence feels more potent, their ideas more persuasive, and their advice more valued. Absence creates a subtle tension that shifts attention toward you, making your return significant and commanding. Begin today by intentionally withdrawing from non-critical tasks and interactions, letting your value grow in the minds of others while you observe quietly. I want you to drop this affirmation in the comments right now. My absence amplifies my power. I observe. I act with purpose. Repeat it, internalize it, and allow it to guide your actions so that every reappearance carries weight, every decision matters, and every contribution is recognized. Mastering absence transforms ordinary visibility into extraordinary authority, ensuring that every moment you choose to engage leaves a lasting impression and strengthens your influence in every sphere of life. Number 6. Rule your mind, rule everything. Every form of power begins with control over your own thoughts. Without mastery of your mind, strategy collapses, decisions falter, and influence is lost. Mental discipline is the foundation on which all authority rests, for chaos inside always translates into vulnerability outside. Machiavelli once said, "He who wishes to be obeyed must know how to command himself." Observing your impulses, identifying biases, and choosing deliberate responses equips you to act decisively, while others are driven by emotion or habit. Imagine a high-pressure negotiation where pressure, criticism, and competing agendas attempt to dictate your actions. The person who rules their mind does not react with anxiety, defensiveness, or haste, but calculates, anticipates, and directs outcomes while others scramble. Mental control allows you to distinguish opportunities from distractions, ensuring every action aligns with objectives rather than temporary urges. Begin by establishing routines that sharpen focus, such as reflection, journaling, and scenario visualization, which strengthen clarity and mental endurance. Recognize recurring thought patterns that undermine performance and consciously replace them with strategies that enhance reasoning and resilience. Have you ever noticed individuals who remain unshaken amidst turmoil, making precise, impactful decisions that seem effortless? Their advantage comes not from external circumstances, but from an unwavering command over internal states. Ruling your mind also extends to awareness of perception, emotions, and social dynamics, allowing you to anticipate others' behavior and maintain composure when challenged. This level of self-governance ensures consistency, predictability, and authority in every interaction. I want you to drop this affirmation in the comments right now. My mind obeys only me. I think clearly. I act with precision. Repeat it, internalize it, and let it guide your choices so that uncertainty, pressure, and distraction no longer sway your actions. Mastery of the mind transforms obstacles into opportunities, strengthens resilience, and amplifies influence, allowing you to navigate complex situations, lead decisively, and maintain control in all aspects of life. When you rule your mind, you create a foundation where every action, decision, and interaction flows from deliberate, unwavering authority. Number 7. Harness perception. Reality is less important than how it is perceived. People react to appearances, symbols, and impressions far more than to facts. Mastering perception allows you to guide decisions, influence behavior, and shape outcomes without direct confrontation. Machiavelli once said, "Men judge more by what they see than by what they hear, for everyone can see, but few can understand." Your presence, gestures, and even silence communicate more than words. Consider a leader who projects confidence, decisiveness, and control even in uncertainty. Followers interpret these cues as strength and competence, often attributing abilities beyond reality. Conversely, someone with genuine skill but inconsistent presentation is underestimated, overlooked, or ignored. To leverage perception, align your actions, appearance, and messaging carefully. Manage first impressions, maintain consistency in public and private behavior, and anticipate how choices are interpreted by others. This is not deception. It is strategic clarity, ensuring your intentions are understood on your terms rather than misrepresented. Observe how rivals present themselves, how audiences respond, and where gaps in perception exist. Then act deliberately to fill those gaps, amplifying the image that best supports your objectives. Have you noticed how certain people command respect without extraordinary skill, simply because everyone believes in their authority? That influence arises from managed perception, not mere ability. Begin practicing today by assessing how others perceive you in different contexts, meetings, social interactions, or online presence, and refine every detail to project control, competence, and reliability. Small gestures, measured speech, and consistent posture contribute to an aura that precedes your actions. I want you to drop this affirmation in the comments right now. Perception is my influence. I guide impressions. I project authority. Repeat it, internalize it, and let it shape every interaction so that your presence carries weight, your decisions command attention, and your influence grows even before you act. Mastering perception transforms appearances into advantage, ensuring that others respond to the narrative you control and that your influence extends far beyond visible effort. You've now learned the 7 ruthless lessons that turn strategy into influence and perception into authority. Control begins within. Your mind dictates your power. Detachment from emotion ensures clarity, while anticipating betrayal keeps you prepared. Calmness in chaos signals strength. Silence magnifies presence, and absence creates anticipation. Every interaction, every choice, every gesture shapes how others respond to you. Machiavelli taught that perception guides judgment, and by mastering it, you transform influence into lasting impact. These lessons are not about cruelty, they are about awareness, discipline, and deliberate action in a world where unpredictability is constant. Begin applying them step by step. Focus on one principle each week, observe the results, refine your approach, and internalize the strategy until it becomes instinct. Remember, power is not given. It is cultivated, measured, and maintained through precision and foresight. I want you to drop this affirmation in the comments right now. Silence, strategy, self-control. I am untouchable. Repeat it, own it, and let it guide your daily actions. Take responsibility for your influence, act ethically, but never underestimate the value of calculated presence, mental mastery, and strategic restraint. Like this video, share it with someone who seeks strength, subscribe for more insights, and hit the notification bell. The moment you control your mind, you control everything. Stand firm, act decisively, and let every step reflect the mastery you now possess.